The Tuskegee Airmen were the first African-American military pilots in the United States. Lieutenant Colonel Robert J. Friend was one of these.
There were training programs prior to the establishment of Tuskegee. And when Lindbergh made one of his famous tours around the world, he came back and he told him, he said, those people in Europe are getting ready for things. They're training people to fly. So our guys, they listened, and soon they had something here. It was called CPT, Civilian Pilot Training. And they would put it into some various schools around the country. First thing you had to be was they required you to have 2 years of college in order to get into this program, or be in your second year to get into the program. Blacks were in the program. I was in the program. My license came in 1939.
From 1942 to 1949, 992 pilots were commissioned.
Now, the first organization that they formed of black pilots was the 99th, and it was a squadron. And the squadron had normally is fathered by a group. So when they went overseas, they were actually attached to a white group. Now, for the most part, they flew as a unit. I was part of 332nd, and 332nd is a group. And initially, it was composed of 3 squadrons, the 100th, 301st, and 302nd. This group went overseas and was initially, I was in it, assigned to the 12th Air Force. And the 12th Air Force missions that we had were important, but not the kind of missions, that didn't mainstream. Like we would go out and fly cover for ship convoys that were coming in. And we couldn't do anything to the submarine ourselves, but we could see it and point and pass the messages on to them that you're being trailed by a submarine. One thing about Tuskegee, which I think a lot of people are not fully aware of, is that they didn't call them African Americans. They were colored. And what that meant is that really non-whites, anybody that was non-white went to Tuskegee for training. We had Indians, we had Asians, we had all kinds of people there, and they were people. There's nothing in this world like a common purpose to bring people together. Believe me, if the guy's taking care of me, I don't care what he is, he's a friend.
Desegregation of American armed forces started in 1948 with President Harry Truman's Executive Order 9981, establishing equality of treatment and opportunity in the military for people of all races, religions, or national origins. The last of the all-black military units was finally abolished in September 1954.